Hey guys, you're listening to Blerd Empire. We talked about a lot of things before we actually got into what we wanted to talk about.
There we
so
go.
if you want to just get into our Game of Thrones stuff, fast forward until a later point, which I will tell you about at the point, which is what? 12 minutes in. 12 minutes and pages.
But if you want to know us, if you want to get to know us and ride with us and flow with us,
my gosh.
then you listen to all of that.
Oh my gosh.
12 minutes and 30 seconds, fast forward.
Welcome to the Blerd Empire. Welcome to the Blerd Empire, where I'm a Blerd, you're a Blerd, cause we're all Bloods at the Blerd Empire.
Yes.
Like I should finish.
I know, man.
Yeah, spirit fingers.
That
Spirit
theme song,
fingers.
that theme song is
Yeah.
coming along.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Theme
That was
song's
great.
coming
That was
along.
great.
So many options,
Yeah.
and they're all fire.
Yes.
There we go.
Every last one.
We're going to have to really
We're gonna have to go to the studio. We have to go to the studio and get some overlays, some some graphics so we look real.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need to listen to the audio.
I don't-
know it's good.
I'm not even listening to audio. It just look like I am. But that, oh God, they're gonna see my little clip on the. Ooh. Oh no.
You have the
No.
What are those? The tips on the AirPods?
These are tips, yeah. 'Cause,
Yeah.
okay, those of us like Paige, Brian, my daughter, we have one small ear, one big ear. So I was going through the airport trying to be cool, balancing my air, but I was going through like this, my AirPod, and it kept falling down on the ground, and I probably got a disease. That's why I got pus on this side. Oh, yeah, I didn't know.
Okay.
Went to the doctor today, and there's pus all over the left side of my sinus. That's why my voice is gone.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That is
So that's
such-
why you
Fun fact.
need the clip. That's why you need the thing at the end of the AirPod?
such
Well,
fun
that's because I have a
information
little
to
ear, and
get.
that little ear lets, that bigger ear lets more stuff in.
Got it.
Oh, yeah.
See, I don't have one bigger ear, one smaller ear. I was just told I have really small ear canals.
Oh.
So typical earphones don't really fit. Like they just. Did you actually catch it?
Did you catch the
I was
fly?
like, that was amazing if you would have. Did you shake it up?
Yes.
That wasn't awesome.
Ninja.
We got it on camera.
He's a ninja.
Daniels.
Yeah, so I have really small ear canals. So unless I have in-ears that are custom to
Yeah.
my ears, nothing fits in my ears, so they fall out.
Yeah. Oh, let's go ahead and introduce. Cause we're already into stuff.
Well, I was gonna say welcome everybody.
Thank
to
you, Royce. Thank you, Royce. Thank you, Royce.
Episode 6.
Yes.
Get it in.
Yeah, we had that double feature
Yeah, we
last
did.
time.
Yep.
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Yes, it was long. It was long.
that
We
was
can't
long.
do that
Yes.
this time because that's
Yeah.
crazy.
No.
This
It
week
won't
will
be that long.
7 hours.
I'm putting a
Talked
timer
about
on this. Putting a timer.
Marvel's Endgame
Yes,
and
it's
Game
too
of
much.
Thrones.
It's gonna be Game of Thrones long.
Which
Yeah,
will also
man.
be the topic today because, I mean, stuff happened, y'all. Episode 5 and then the finales next week already.
yes.
So we're going to get into that. But before we do, let's introduce ourselves. I'll start with me because I'm the greatest. My name's Royce, guys. And I'm
From the least to the
you know,
greatest.
I'm your
Yes.
I'm your co-host.
Flip that on you. He flipped that quick.
I'm one of the co-hosts, and someone else go. That's all I need to say. I don't care.
His confidence went from here and it just went.
I'm gonna adjust some
land the
levels.
plane.
I'm gonna touch stuff and things.
Yeah.
Everything's level.
I feel like he said that now and no one wants to go next.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
This
Who's
is
next?
this is Royce. This is Royce.
They know who
you
I
know.
am.
Rockier Productions.
Yeah.
My son, the keeper, all the technology, make
Keeper
all this
of
work.
all the
all
technology.
the
You see, he's the
technology.
gatekeeper.
Keep all the tech- and we have new Mevo cameras too. New Mevo cameras.
We do.
That
Hashtag
one
Mevo.
and that
Mevo.
one. We check you
Sponsor
out.
us. Give us more
Hashtag.
cameras.
Maybe you need to give us some stuff. You don't
Yeah.
give up nothing to black man.
Oh,
Bam, do it, or else you're
the
racist.
key, the way to
Guilt.
free stuff
Guilt is
is,
the best
racial
way.
guilt.
Exactly.
Racial
This is
guilt is the key to
reparations.
free things.
This is how I do reparations. Give me tech.
Right.
I want no 40 acres of mule.
I
want
live in
cameras.
LA. There's nowhere to put 40 acres.
Thank
To
you,
be
sir.
honest.
They're gonna be suck acres.
Just give me stuff and things and things.
Things
and
and
stuff.
stuff.
I'm Sinbad, and I'm his father, and I was the keeper of all knowledge. I was like Yoda.
Oh.
And then I got old, and I live in the swamp.
What are you looking at?
And I passed Yoda. Can see
I
stuff you
almost
can't
looked up too. I was like,
See, that's the power of
That's the
Yoda.
power of
I
Yoda.
can tell. So I was,
all knowing.
the passing down
I wanted
of
to
all
grab
the
the wisdom.
knowledge, y'all. Go ahead.
I am Paige Bryan. I am the keeper of
Keeper of things.
Yeah, I'm the keeper of all the things they don't keep.
Okay. Yes.
So
That's good.
yeah, that's a keeper of. They call me the keeper of everything else.
Yes.
That's what I am.
like that.
Yes, the
That's a
keeper
good
of
title.
everything else.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good Game of Thrones name.
That is. I was like, that is.
I am Paige
Everything
Bryan,
else.
firstborn of my name,
Yes.
drinker of water, walker of roads, keeper of everything else.
Oh, I think we should redo it and do Game of Thrones intro.
No, don't try
That was
to see.
good.
That's when you're the
No,
keeper of everything
that's
else.
right.
That's why.
That's
you
how
know
you
what? You're right.
introduce
It's just
yourself.
yours. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
yours.
just mine.
I don't know if I'm the keeper of anything.
Well, if I have everything
pressure's
else,
on,
there's
Byron.
probably nothing.
You're the keeper of nothing.
I'm the
That's
keeper
another
of
one.
nothing.
Keeper of
And there's
nothing.
stuff that falls underneath nothing because it's an unknown unknown.
So they call
Do
you
you have a
Scrappy.
name, though?
You're
What's
Scrappy.
your name?
You get the
Byron.
scraps.
Yes, I am the keeper of scraps.
You're
which
Scrappy.
There's
Keeper
good
of
stuff
scraps.
in scraps.
Yes.
Okay.
Just throwing it out there. Byron L. Hopkins, Big Black Nerd. Go ahead and search that out.
Just search him. He'll
Search
pop
him.
up.
Just search him.
No,
Black Nerd.
actually, you know what? Hilariously enough, now that I have my podcast channel, both of them pop up.
Oh,
So-
there we go. Some more
Nice.
big black nerd.
Yeah.
That's the name.
Yeah.
And we are Blerd Empire, Black Nerds.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
But yeah, break it down. What Blerd Empire?
Yeah.
What does it mean? People know now, but keep
Yeah,
saying.
man,
it.
we'll say one. We're gonna say
Because there
once
might be
more.
that one person
Yeah,
that
you know,
knows, yeah.
Blerd
What is
is a
this?
combination of black and nerd, but we're not nerdy. That's different. We bring it from a black perspective, which is cool. It's a coolness on the black nerdiness. 'Cause we'll talk about sports.
Yes.
We'll talk about games. We'll talk about videos. We talk about everything. We talk about music. We're just like, oh man, you got 28 gigabytes, 28 megabytes. If you got a 20 SD XD card, the 2800 gigabyte SD card, don't use that. You can get technically 512. We don't do that.
I was like, I
Oh,
don't think.
yeah, we
I
don't
was
do
like,
that.
are
We
we
don't
still
do that.
speaking
I
was like,
English?
yeah, we don't
I
do
don't
that.
know what
We
just
don't do
happened.
We
that.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Unless it's necessary.
Unless it's
We'll
not.
step there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we do, we'll try and present it in a fun
Yes.
So none of us are speaking Dothraki. No one else is learning
No.
that.
No, hell no.
All I
There
know
was-
is Dracarys.
There was a
Yes.
time. There was a time where that could have been a thing, but
Not now.
it might be losing its interest. But we'll
Yes.
get into that
I mean,
later.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many fake languages. It's like I'm
No,
still working
it's a
on my
college
Navi.
course now.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's right.
You can
Right.
learn Dothraki in college now.
I'm sure.
What?
No, it's a
Yeah.
real thing.
Right.
It's a
You can-
class.
it's a class. You can learn Doth. I don't know who you're going to talk to.
The other nerd in your class.
I'm about to say
Yeah,
other,
a
other
little
people.
lost
But I
Genera-
mean, when
Generation
we're
Z.
talking about functional languages, wouldn't
Yeah.
Navi kind of be more?
It would be.
The thing is, no one cares about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Think about it.
I'm
no
down
one.
for that.
Avatar is the
wanna be an
weirdest
Avatar.
sci-fi phenomenon.
Yes.
It
Right.
gross so much money, but no one cares.
Right.
That
so
is-
then,
that
really,
is
what I
true.
need,
Like-
so what I need to learn is Wakandan, which I don't. Do we
No.
know what language? They
You just
speak?
do this. You throw your arms
it's
down.
a, it's a
they
culmination of
just throw your arms.
different.
What was
it's
it?
a culmination of different
Yeah.
languages.
Yeah, it's a culmination of all the African.
Yeah.
So
languages.
no, what it is everyone just needs to speak like Sidney Poitier, and that's
Yeah,
all
pretty much.
Wakanda.
I build a chopper. You build a chopper.
There we go.
Yeah, oh,
Yes. Lilies of the
from
field.
Wakanda.
Yes.
Well, we're not
Slow-
allowed in.
slow
We're
it
too
down.
light skinned.
Slow it down.
Sorry, guys.
We're allowed
can't-
in.
we can't go.
We're just.
We're Wakanda
there.
adjacent.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
We're there.
We're the
But before we continue, I also want to point out, if you guys are listening to the episode, we are also, we're not streaming it live, but we are recording ourselves talking into microphones. So
Yes.
if you want to see that, if you're interested in that,
Yes.
Yeah.
go stop this, go to our YouTube channel.
Right.
That's called The World According to Sinbad. It's actually
Yes.
Sinbad's channel.
Dang
but,
right.
you know, I'm just attaching myself to everything
Dang
he
right.
does. The World According to Sinbad, hop on that, go on YouTube, check us out, and you can watch this episode instead of just listening to it.
Yeah.
We should have told everyone we were streaming live, so then they could feel crazy.
Ooh, they couldn't find
Where
it.
can we
Oh, I was
find
like,
this
also,
live?
you can. Everyone's confused. Like,
No.
Yes.
There'll be somebody out there, man, I'm watching your stream. I'm watching your stream
'Cause
right
it is
now. I
a
love
person
it.
on-
You know what? We have to do, you know what? I think we will put up a live stream. We'll talk about it.
At some
And
point.
we'll post
Yeah,
it.
that would be good.
We will
We'll
do a
figure it
live
out.
stream. We'll just do a
We'll
live
figure it out.
stream.
Right.
It'll be probably horrible and everything will go wrong, but you know.
No, I think our live stream is going to be
That's
live. I think
perfect.
our live
Royce,
stream.
keeper of
People,
all
nerds will say
pessimism.
random
That's what I do.
No.
Keeper of
How we going to go wrong when we got the
I'm Lord
we got the
Pessimist.
live view stuff?
That sounds like a real
we
Game of
we
Thrones
have the
character.
live view technology.
There we
That's
go.
true.
We have an
Live,
LU
yes.
600.
This is true.
We have an
Oh, yeah, he's got
LU
that whole
600.
backpack.
Yeah,
Bam.
Yeah.
Bam.
We have a RK3000.
Yes, right. Yeah, that's cool too.
Yes, we do have
He's
that.
like, that's
We do have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing. That's a
And
thing.
Can
And an
Before we get started-
ABCD12.
before we get started on this show, I just and
we're
Byron
9 minutes in.
alluded,
Yeah.
he alluded to it earlier. Can you hit every button on that?
No, I can't. I can't.
Royce, if you could do that.
So hard.
Just
do,
for every,
do the pink one.
If you could do all the sounds, so people know the
we
sounds.
haven't done sounds.
Yeah, we haven't done the
in a
sounds
while.
yet.
Guys, I apologize.
And then I'm gonna
for
put some
what
more
you're about
sounds
to
on my
hear.
iPad.
Can we record
So
Paige
stuff
doing
right.
her Wookiee sound on one of those? Because that's
We actually
Yes,
can.
yes.
We can.
That's
All right, just hold
great.
on. So here's the first one. I'm sorry, guys.
What's that one?
Oh, it's a laughter. Oh, I got it.
Okay, take your earphones off.
I'm about to say,
so we
none
all
of us can hear.
Yeah, me selfish.
so
man.
selfish right now.
Because it's
Come
gonna
on,
be.
blood.
It's gonna be
no,
so.
just do it. Just
I don't
do
even.
it. Come on, man. Just do
Okay.
it.
Like, it's
So you
like-
hear the laugh.
I know this
right?
violates Royce.
So are
It's like
people-
finding a drone in the house.
Are
Right
we
here.
asking people
go.
to watch us?
Learn
Listen.
something.
Listen to
There-
sound.
no,
it's
there's
just real
videos of
quick.
people opening
Okay.
boxes. They
So
can
the
watch
Okay,
the first
okay,
one.
let's
The
just-
first one was a laugh. This is a cheering.
It's
one's
like the
that?
1980s.
This is the yellow one.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
You should write it.
And then we have the green one.
That's how I feel about this moment.
I like that.
Exactly.
That's how I feel about what's
This is
happening
also
right now in this
foreshadowing
moment.
some feelings towards
Yeah.
Game of Thrones episode 5. But we'll get into that. Ooh.
Cut deep.
What was that one?
Nothing.
Oh, dude.
Perfect timing for you. That was a good
There
set.
we
You
go.
set yourself up.
I did. I
Okay.
did.
Yeah, good job.
Oh,
Now
Creole.
entering
Twilight. Zone.
Twilight.
I
Oh,
like
it's
it.
over though.
That's our conspiracy theory.
There
lesson.
we go. All right.
Chirps.
Crickets.
Oh, yeah.
Crickets.
Kind of like now.
Yeah.
Kind of like now.
Kind of.
Okay.
like it.
Also,
The fact that we're
this moment.
making people listen to us do this.
No, man, they should know about it.
It's entertaining.
We're trying to sell this road podcast
Okay.
system, man.
There you go.
All right, and then.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
There.
you
Now I'm
for
good.
going with us on that
that's the
unnecessary
sponsor button.
journey.
Yeah.
It's like sponsored by.
It's sponsored
Yeah.
by. Yeah.
And then it's
So-
right there.
I can't wait to
Put
hook
it
up the
in the lower
iPad too,
third.
where I can have 128 sounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Those sounds.
Just do an
And in
entire
this
episode
moment,
of sounds.
in this moment, someone was like, "How in the world did they have a 2-hour episode?" And they're like,
This
"This
is
how
how
they did
this
it.
is how
could've
it
This
is."
is how we do.
I could have sworn in the description they said they were going to talk about Game of Thrones, but
Okay.
they're not.
We are.
But we've said Game of
Okay.
Thrones so many
We're
times
We're gonna put a
already.
disclaimer up. Don't watch the first 9 minutes if you just want to see the Game of Thrones stuff.
There we
They
go.
have to listen for 9 minutes.
So
I'm gonna ask
Oh, no, Royce puts in the
we don't
time.
know what
I'm
we
gonna
put
do.
in.
I'm gonna
One
say.
tell them,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say this right now.
Boom.
And now we're talking about Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
So we'll just start off with thoughts, feelings,
Suggestions.
suggestions.
Let's break it down from the beginning of the episode to the end. Each moment that we felt hurt or elated or confused or pissed or wanted to shoot somebody.
I think, yeah, that was
I can say I felt every single one of those.
I wish I had a
emotions
gunshot.
the
I wish I had a
entire-
gunshot
Need a
sound in
gunshot.
there. Booyah!
That's that would have been a better death for Cersei than just.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do
Okay, well,
that.
no. We have to
Okay.
go in
Let's
order.
go in order.
You
Let's go in order.
don't know anything about
I
dynamics.
was
Yes.
just he said it and that's what popped into my head.
Okay, we're gonna right now. There's some Game of Thrones spoilers, but if you didn't watch it, it ain't really a
your
spoiler. You
fault.
just suck.
Yeah,
If this is your first time tuning in, you should know we have a strict 72-hour
Yeah.
rule that we
And
abide
it's
by.
definitely
We give you
72
72 hours to watch, and if you have not after that, oh well, you're on your own.
Thank you.
I might even cut that spoiler part out. Just let them find out.
Thank
Right.
you.
You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? This
I don't
is
feel
just-
bad.
This is just how we
Hashtag
roll.
Wow.
savage.
Who just got in trouble?
Savage spoilers.
No, who just said? Who
Hashtag
they go
savage
after? What
spoilers.
late night talk show host did they go? Oh, my man at the end, the karaoke car.
Oh, what's his name?
Yeah, he gave a spoiler.
Jeff
Carden.
Johnny.
Carden. Yes.
Gordon.
Gordon.
Corden.
Corden.
Oh, James
Corden.
Corden.
James Corden.
James
Yeah.
Corden.
I was like,
I was
what
like,
are you
Jimmy?
saying?
Yeah.
Jimmy Jam?
And I was thinking about all of
Jimmy
them,
Jam.
but James Corden, I guess, it did a spoiler on his show.
Oh,
And the crowd went crazy.
Well, you should have watched
yeah.
already.
That's
Yeah.
what happens. But Game of Thrones, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are people still mad over
I'll
spoilers?
start.
Like, Endgame's
I will
been
start. So I was really looking forward to this episode. Okay, let me just start.
Yeah.
I've been really looking forward
Yes.
to season 8.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, 2 years, guys. We've been waiting 2 years for this. And so I feel like I'm on the fence. So I'll touch on a couple things. So I'll start with Dani. So she's gone a little mad. As we all can.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Just a little mad.
She's fine.
Where, for me, I personally don't agree with everyone who feels completely shocked and confused about this twist of events for her, because in my opinion, for the last 7 seasons, if you've been paying attention, kind of every opportunity that she's had on her own, like to make a decision that is kind of cruel, she would make that decision.
Right. But she
it's just
listened.
because of her trusted advisors.
She listened.
She listened, but I'm saying now, when that same person with way more at risk is in a situation where she feels everyone she's ever trusted or loved is gone, and she feels isolated and abandoned and alone, and anyone who is still living around, like she doesn't fully trust Tyrion anymore. She feels like Jon Snow has abandoned
'Cause he won't
her
give her sex.
and rejected her all at the same time.
I can only answer one weather fact at a time.
Wow.
Siri doesn't even.
that
Wow.
was-
Siri said, I'm not dealing with that.
Okay, Siri.
Wow.
Siri's also confused.
Yes, very confused. Continue.
So for me, with all of those factors, if you take all the people that have kept her sane, kept her in the line of where her heart, I think, truly is, like she does truly want to be good. But if you take away all the people who have helped her keep in line with what an actual, like, just queen should do, she is just going to, like, Dracarys on everybody. So it wasn't shocking. It was still disappointing, though, because...
It was cheap. It was
Yeah.
cheap. I sent you that Esquire article where they broke it down pretty good. It says, yes, she's angry, but everything she ever done, everybody she ever killed deserved
is
to
it.
die. They were fighting her. She saved the Unsullied. She killed 163, the Master 163. Yes, she did listen, but she was about love. She wanted people to love her.
Breaker of
They broke her
chains.
down in 2 episodes. If they broke her down over a couple of years where we saw this insanity, but they broke her down where her face was broke down. I got pissed because you broke her down these last 2 episodes. I think you did a character a disservice because now she has to die.
Yeah, we
She
want
has
her
I will
to
say
die.
want her to
that
die
I do
now.
wish there
Yeah.
were more episodes to unpack
Yes.
it. I'm not against
Yes.
going in that direction. I just wish there was more time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, in the
To
great
go
words
for
of Denzel, I wish
We had
more time.
Because when she was on the dragon at the end, and you saw her looking at the people, she could have took off and got Cersei was the one she wanted.
Right.
Cersei was simply, I said, this is a perfect burn moment. She gonna burn, and Cersei's so
Right.
egocentric, she gonna take the burn.
Yeah.
But she didn't even go after Cersei. She went
Right.
after. I said, if you really were pissed,
Everybody.
you burnt innocent people.
Yes, which again, guys, she's not really ever been above doing, but she's had more of a justified reason in the past. So even when she freed the Unsullied, you mean to tell me every single person that she had the Unsullied kill once she took them over was guilty?
No, she
like
said
some people
no,
died in that.
She
that
said,
were
I'm taking
innocent.
she said, I'm taking 163 lives because you had 163 slaves. Since we were ex-slaves, I got no problem. Kill all the masters, even if they didn't
No,
have
I'm
none.
talking about when she freed the Unsullied, which
Yes.
that's thousands.
Yes.
Of people. That was 8,000 soldiers.
Yes.
So I'm saying, like, she's always had this tendency to, because, yeah, she's just always had this tendency to err on the side of, like, what makes sense in her mind
Yep.
as justice. She has no problem with, like, even with Rick on and Dick on.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Dick
in
on
her.
volunteered to
He
die.
died.
No,
He
but
pulled up there for no reason.
But I'm saying at the end of the day, in that moment, she justified it because, oh, they fought against me. But in that moment, like, there was an opportunity for
They could have
mercy.
surrendered. They could
which
have
she
no,
did
but
not.
they could have surrendered. She said, "Bow down." Remember, that's like wrestling.
Because she really been on, y'all, which I get it. It's the time, like, it's the queen. She's
Yeah.
got to get everyone to bow down. But she is, y'all, she has been so drunk heavy on this bow down stuff. Like, she is, like, if
Well,
you're not going to
they
bow
all
down.
were like that. But remember, back in the
Yeah.
day,
Watch the 300?
kings killed their own fathers. Princes
Gotta
killed
bend
their
the knee.
fathers. Fathers killed their sons. In the Bible,
But
all
I
the
think
sons have done that.
And I might be going a little too deep with it, but isn't then it showing that in all of this, like, even the good guys aren't really that good?
Not
Jon
totally good,
Snow's
but
that
better.
good.
What did he say there? But what did the guy say? Better choice. And that's about
Yeah.
John. They said, is there a better choice? Up to
Yes.
this point, where I have a problem with that, she was the better choice. I have no problem. You said going in that direction. You threw it. It's like this. Oh, like you even said, oh, we only got 2 episodes left.
Right.
Let's speed this up. And I look at George Martin. I can't wait for him to finish the book. Everybody's saying we want to see how he finishes it.
Right.
Because he gets the chance to fix what they didn't do
Yeah,
in the
that's- I
show.
think that's why he's waiting.
George R. R. Martin gets a chance to go like, that's not how I wouldn't have done it that fast. I would give a couple of different twists. And I think when I watched, okay, I'm gonna ever work again in Hollywood. When I
Well,
watched
don't
the
say
2
it.
producers at the end of the show, they're so smug when they talk sometime. And I'm like, dude, you're almost
I think
treating
that's
us.
fine to say that everyone on Twitter is saying the same thing.
Yeah, you're smug.
Yeah.
The DP was smug, even though he's a great DP. Everybody on the show, this show was such a great show.
Yeah.
Your smugness is showing you still got to have like Daenerys. You don't have maybe you are like Daenerys. Maybe you are like the Mad Queen. We did this show and we'll do it the way we want. And we're gonna throw that at you and you should understand what we did. And I said, that's not right. And there's some things I did miss. I didn't realize until, I like the people who watch the show deeper than us, that watch it 3-4 times, that they had tried to poison her.
Yeah, you sent that article.
Yeah.
And Varys was like, "Oh, try again." She's
Wow.
not
Yeah,
eating.
I couldn't figure what they were talking about. I said,
That's
oh man,
smart.
I love the people who watch the show said, catch that was good. Good writing, smart writing. That was better writing than what you did at the end.
I would like to know, my curiosity for actually the last 2 seasons has been why only 6 episodes? It could be because of the cost of every episode.
This is $1 million an episode.
But for me, I'm like, okay, we've been riding with 10 for so long. Like, why in the final 2, in the summation of this grand story, are we like, we're only gonna do it in 6? Like, to me, I would love to know the understanding of why they're forcing to have to end this story in such a shorter amount of time.
Even my dog is pissed. My thing is, I think they thought it was slick. We're gonna keep adding 10 more minutes. I said, once again, I think they keep doing something that they don't have to. Unless they give us something else. I said, maybe this is a year. We're gonna give you things, a dark episode where you can't see it because you want you uncomfortable. We're gonna only give you 6 episodes because we can do that. We're gonna make it like movies. But you lied to us. You said we're gonna give us an hour and a half each episode. No, you let them build up. So I'm like this. You're rushing 6 episodes of the last season, one of the greatest shows we've ever seen on TV.
Yeah.
And you just punked us.
So you're saying Game of Thrones is turning into Apple, where you're just going to take whatever we give you and you're going to like it.
Even Apple stuff, we're going to tell what you give, but I end up liking it.
Yeah.
Even Apple is just, man, they took my CD player away.
Which is tough because the episode as a whole was beautifully shot.
Yep.
It looked amazing.
Yep.
It was great.
And the
was light.
Clegane brothers was definitely the highlight.
Clegane Bowl was
that battle was great, but that shouldn't be the highlight of the episode.
No.
Yeah, why is the mountain harder to kill than the Night King?
Why was that
Dude,
an
you
epic
couldn't
final
kill him.
battle in that episode?
You couldn't. You're right. Why? You know what? But it wasn't. It wasn't Tyrion Steele, and it wasn't the ice.
Yeah, it was Valerian Steele.
Because even the way they broke down that fight, they talked about that fight more so. Well, they didn't even mention Cersei's death.
They
Yeah.
I was working my way up to that. I was dealing with Danny's madness.
You think she's alive?
No, I think
The only way they could fix this.
No.
The only way they could fix
She's
this.
not
she's
alive.
the
alive,
entire
then
castle fell on
If
them.
she's alive, we don't even have the time to deal with if she's still alive.
exactly.
Like there's
how long is the last episode? Is it?
It's an hour and a half.
That's right, just one episode
Another
left.
hour and a half?
Yeah, just
she
one
can't
episode
be.
left.
No.
She's not alive. Okay, first of all, what's her name? Lena, is it Headey?
Hetty.
I've been seeing a lot of memes going around and I am 100% on board with she had by far in playing Cersei Lannister has given the world one of the greatest performances
Yes.
Oh, yes.
of all time.
Hands down.
Yes.
Down
Yes.
of all time. Like I have never loved to hate someone more in my life. Like
that thing she got.
Woo, she killed that
thing
role.
she got.
So shout out to her for that.
The best meme
with
that they
that-
had was the one with her standing out the window. That was like, shout out to Cersei Lannister. She got $1 million an episode for drinking wine and staring out her window.
Right.
For every
Yeah.
episode.
But what I was gonna say was, for me, the level of performance and consistency in performance, which I can say for all the characters of Game of Thrones, shout out to every single actor who did not a single season. I don't feel like there was a single season where anyone showed up to work I just really don't care.
No, they didn't phone it in. They never phoned it in.
Everyone was so
Yes.
committed and so consistent in who their characters were, and especially her. And I feel like Cersei Lannister has literally since season 1,
Yes.
episode 1, you have been I at least have been I can't wait
I can't wait you die.
for her to die.
Her and
and
Joffrey.
the more,
I wanted both of them to die.
but I'm
when
saying
Joffrey's
before
dead, but-
Joffrey,
Yes.
it was her. I
Yes.
could not wait for her to die. And it was like the more people you loved kept dying and she wouldn't die, it was like the more you could not wait for her to die.
So
to the
rock
point where I started to appreciate that, like, you know what? It's gonna be the end. And this will be such an epic, savage death. I will be so satisfied. And for her, this strong character who's literally given no F's the entire 7 years of this show, for her to like all of a sudden become this weakling in a dungeon with her lover brother being like, I don't want to die. Oh no. And like
you came back for me.
Like literally to die, like death via earthquake was like.
I thought he was.
What?
The only way he could justify this,
her, yeah.
I thought he was going to yuck her up. And when he hugged her, I said, you punk, you're the 6'9" woman that loved you. You're the 6 you turned, you united her. Y'all had that drinking in front of the fireplace. It was one of the best bonding scenes, men and women. And then you punked and left.
Norman's going to come back now. He's like, oh, the big woman's sad. I'll come back.
Yeah.
I literally was like, more people, everyone's really talking about Danny being the Mad Queen. Like, really, I don't care.
No.
That's their choice to
Burn
take
up
the
whole
story.
city, that's fine.
Like, I don't care. Burn up the whole city.
Wow.
At the end of the day, Game of Thrones is very consistent, and we are going to kill everybody.
We'll let you
Nobody is
nothing.
innocent. So, like, why would I be shocked that innocent people would die? They've been dying since day one.
Yeah. Exactly.
But, like, that's how y'all do your girl Cersei.
When I saw the
though?
rocks coming, I said, I kept hoping.
So maybe that Watts will come
I
through.
kept that Arya was going to be just going to be running through the rocks and find them on her way out of the city.
Yeah.
Would find both of them, have to kill both of them.
So I thought they were going to make it.
But
to
I was
both.
like this. I said, the biggest punk out in that episode was you to let them die together underneath, and nobody got a chance
Like
to
it
even
was
see it.
as if it was a love story we've been
Thank
rooting
you.
for the whole time. Like, no, we don't want this.
They literally
death.
gave her the death that they have. I don't think they've really given many.
Anybody,
characters.
yes.
It's very rare they'll
That's
give
a hero's
someone-
death.
Yeah, I was like, even
That's
with
a hero's
Sunday,
death.
romantic
Right.
That's a hero's death.
And for them to do that to Cersei, I feel like that was the biggest cheapskate. And you know, a lot of people are saying too that, oh, you know, I know a lot of people out there, you wanted your sadistic, her getting her head chopped off or whatever. But
yes.
to be honest,
Drogon to eat her.
so there's literally an explanation of it was very poetic in the fact that she died in those circumstances. She was buried underneath the castle that her family had taken, and that it was it wasn't this like glorified like we're all coming after you. It was literally like she died to nobody.
So basically,
No, she didn't.
So are they
But-
basically trying to say it was poetic because the
'Cause she's a
castle that
coward?
she chased for so
don't
long
care.
ultimately is what killed her?
The castle's what killed her. Which for me, I'm like, if that's the case, if you're gonna go that route, have the actual throne killer then, because that's what everyone's actually going
Let the
for.
throne
I was like,
kill her.
I
Let
wanted
the throne-
somebody to like slam her on the
now,
throne.
if the throne would have just like tipped over and killed her, I would be like, that's still kind of weird, but
That's
I'll take
poetic.
it.
Yeah, that's poetic. The
But-
throne you
But
fought
if
for.
Jamie walks up to her while she's sitting on the throne, because
Right.
above
Yes.
anything else, she will not leave from that because she has been that
This is my
arrogant
throne. That would've been
the
great.
entire time. And for her to think he came back for me and then to stare her in her eyes as he guts her to death, that's the type of death.
He said no. If she
That's
sat
the
there
honorable
and the
death
building
she
was
deserves.
crashing, and he goes, "You don't get to die that way." He gets to take a sword and put it through her.
No, because her boyfriend killed him, which that was an unnecessary fight.
yeah.
Oh, let's not even
That
talk
was
about
the most unnecessary fight I've ever. That was a waste of 15
I'm
minutes.
the
man
one who killed Jamie Lannister.
And then
No,
the best meme was it was
the
a
building
brick.
killed him
It was a
too.
brick. It was a brick on Twitter, and someone was like, "I'm the man who killed Jamie Lannister." And it was just a brick. I was like, that made more sense.
that was
I
the
hated
most
that fight.
pointless, dumbest fight I had ever
He
seen.
should have died
First
on
of
the
all,
boat.
how did you survive on the boat
Getting
just to roll up on land and be like, "Hey, Jamie, over here. I'm
Game slam.
gonna stab you now." It's like
I just- yeah.
And Jamie had no fighting skills.
It was just like
What happened
so
is like all your power's in your right hand.
Right,
man.
I know.
No, my man trained. Remember,
Yeah,
he
I
was
was
getting
like,
good with the one arm.
But he
Run.
never got great. Like they always stress
But
that
good
he got
enough,
good,
though.
But he got
didn't
good.
get
He
great.
got good.
But I feel like in that moment, that was a character I don't care about.
No.
So
Yeah.
and what I feel like they missed in episode 5 was, well, and really kind of I think what everyone's been feeling, all these characters where all this built up tension
Yep.
has been for years. Like so many people have been like, let's keep in mind, like, though we've been traveling with all these characters ultimately in this world have been in pursuit of their nemesis for years and years and years. And the fact that like no one is getting satisfaction, whether it's your hero or the villain who is victorious, you're not even seeing these like epic battles. Like, how is Jon Snow the only one who's been like, yo, this White Walker stuff, y'all need to really pay attention? And how does he not get in here? And I'm gonna be honest.
He has to stop a rapist. He has to stop. They went to raping.
Here's my thing. I don't even care that it wasn't him that killed the Night King, because the way they've been building up Arya,
that's good.
I like that it was unexpected that was her big kill, not Cersei.
Yeah.
But he didn't even get like a glory moment.
Nothing.
At all. Like, this is his war.
Well, I'll say this whole season, we were talking about the other day, Jon Snow's an extra in this season.
He's just standing
and staring. He's trying to get places. He's morally strong, trying to get the people to quit fighting.
He's done nothing.
Only way he can do this, he's got to kill Daenerys. I mean, I hate to say it.
But I
don't think he will, because I think Arya's going to say
Arya's going to kill her.
He has to kill the woman with the green eyes.
And he's going to kill Arya.
Then that's stupid.
No, he can't kill Arya.
Why is she killing Dany?
Yeah.
Huh?
Why is Arya killing everybody?
Like,
here's the thing. I think what's going to happen is the twist is we're going to think it's going to be Arya, then it's going to be Jon at the end, because he's the moral compass for everybody. And even when he was looking at the battle and stopping everybody,
he looked at her. He
was like,
when he looked at her on the
it was in
dragon,
disgust.
It has to be Jon.
When she flipped,
just
he
hands
turned
down,
on me.
it has to be Jon.
It has to.
Because it was like, oh, ring the bell, and he was like, all right, cool. Then when she went, he was like, oh, so she's crazy.
He saw that
Which
face change.
I will say, that was such a great tension building moment. Like, we're literally like, why isn't this bell ringing? Someone ring the bell. You know, and then we don't even know if it was Jamie who rang it.
Because I thought Jamie rang the bell. He was like,
Jamie didn't ring that bell.
Didn't want to die.
Somebody else that we don't even know rang the
So it
bell.
was just like another moment they built up, you know, Tyrion, you have to ring the bell.
Yeah.
We don't even know.
Said it like 5 times.
Yeah, we don't even know if it
And then
was
how did Tyrion get out? Because he just walked in.
Well, you know what? Tyrion has the ability to walk. He's a walker.
He's very stealthy.
Tyrion's very stealthy. Tyrion's a walker.
He just ended up on the next episode.
He's like Paige's dog, Waddles.
And
Just waddles
and with
everywhere.
that, once the bell rang, and then you really like saw her face change, like we've all been saying here,
This is the
Dany
moment.
going mad, cool, whatever.
Yes.
That's fine. But for her in that moment, because really what I think set her off was the death of Melisandre.
Yeah.
And then-
Yeah, that was it.
That was the turning
Yeah.
point for
Yeah.
her.
She
and Grey
even
Worm.
started looking like her
Yeah.
dad.
Because
I
Grey
when they
Worm
did
was
that
like-
closer.
Because I can't get mad at Grey Worm.
Yeah.
To taking out
I mean,
some retribution.
Danny, pretty much Danny was like, you know what we got to do.
Yeah, because
Like,
even
Grey
when
Worm
they
was
were in the
like
city,
this.
and the guys gave
But
the
Grey
swords
Worm
up.
wouldn't kill no innocent people.
was
Grey
like,
Worm
alright.
was taking out soldiers.
Yeah.
And he waited.
Grey Worm
Yeah.
was taking out soldiers.
He threw that spear.
So with that, in that moment, for her to hear the bells and then for her to still want to burn the city, cool, whatever. But then when she finally looked at that building and knowing in her mind, hey, that's where the person who's been causing all this
she's looking at
stuff-
you.
Yeah, I was like, she can.
I
see
should
them.
go, you know what? No, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna
burn
burn
the people you don't care about.
I'm gonna burn, and that's even fine because she's sending a message. She's burning the people you're gonna
I thought she would burn. I thought she would burn a few.
You're gonna
and get
watch
on
as
off.
I get
Yeah,
to
you're gonna
Yeah.
watch as the city burn, and you're gonna see like, crap, you
Yeah.
are in. Like,
Yeah.
I bet you in that moment, Cersei was like, this woman is crazy.
And Cersei, but nothing. But what we liked about Cersei, what we liked about Cersei, she might have gone to her throne, but she would have left. She'd been like this. She know her time was up. She knew her time was up.
Yeah.
I think she would have stood there. That eye-to-eye
I don't
contact
even
with
That's
her.
what it
think she
would've been
thought
cool.
her time was up, because the
She
thing
still
with
thought she was
Cersei is like her entire life has been about, even when it looks like her time is up, she's like, no,
I don't care.
Like, even
No,
when
no,
she
no,
was,
When she knew
Poison
herself,
sun.
my man said, "Don't worry." She goes, when she said the the guards, the
golden come out, yeah.
They said they will save us. She goes, no, they're gone. Said, no, they'll save us. No, they're gone.
but she still didn't,
Yeah.
like, for her, she was still running to safety. Like, she
Yeah.
wasn't,
Yes.
she wasn't saying, she didn't go sit on the throne and go, well, okay. Like, for
That's what she did
her,
last
her
time.
entire life, there's always been
But that's
an
what.
escape.
But that's why this would be good. Like for the first time, there is no escape. Remember, sometimes you read what
I mean,
you
that's
see.
She did that
ultimately what
already
still
though.
happens,
When
but-
Stannis tried to come and sack the city,
Yeah.
she was going to feed her others, the weakest king ever, her other
Yeah.
son,
Yeah.
poison.
Yeah.
And then her dad came in. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, exactly.
that was the only time where she gave
see-
up. She was like,
and
yeah.
see,
Yeah.
with that too, that's why I thought really what would have been nice and actually had like some meaning to it. While all that's going, then finally Dany turns to the castle flies
Rolls
up,
up.
and then there's that actual eye to eye.
I wanted eye contact with her on that dragon.
Yeah.
I wanted her to
And
get
Cersei
I don't know,
was like,
guys. Devil's advocate, logistically, if you're flying on a dragon and it's a really big castle, can you really make eye-to-eye contact with someone?
Did you see that window?
The
She was
top-
looking
I'm
at
just kidding.
But no,
That window has watched everything.
best with the Hound to burn the mountain up first. Him to
Yeah.
get in front of her
Yeah.
and just burn him.
And
just
to be
burn
honest,
him
that
up.
was a great
to be
fight.
honest, I think I was a little I won't even use the word disappointed, but for me, I'm not really invested in a eye-to-eye moment or like a one-on-one moment with Dany and Cersei.
Oh, I
like,
was.
but I'm saying like Dany and
was.
Cersei really didn't have beef until she didn't
Recently.
keep her word and show
Well,
up.
But that was big beef.
I was like,
That was
No, I
big
know,
beef.
but really,
all
the
the
real-
Dothraki died because of that beef.
But
Yeah.
I'm saying all of that though, that's really Stark beef. Like Lannisters have been Stark
Yeah.
beef. Like Dany ultimately, though yes, making the right choice to fight in the White Walker War, like that was really the North's war. Like that was their problem.
Danny has revenge.
But Danny,
beef.
but Danny,
Kingslayer
remember,
slayed her father.
that building,
No, I understand.
what that building represented today. Because remember, that's what they took from us.
Yeah.
Cersei
It's-
was in the place, but nobody else I could have dealt with. The Hound come up to get his brother out the way, and Jon Snow make his way up there
Yeah.
and kill Cersei.
There's no way Jon Snow could
Jon
do
Snow.
that because she was burning down the city.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that.
Arya was right there
No, I'm
with
saying
the
the city
Hound.
hadn't got burnt.
Yeah.
She hadn't burnt the
No,
city.
what I'm saying, the reason I'm not as invested is because yes, we know all that backstory. We know that Jaime killed her dad. We know that the throne was taken from her family. We know all that in backstory, but we have not been visually invested in that for 7 years. We have been like visually invested in what the Lannisters really have been doing to single-handedly destroy the Stark line for this amount of time. So like, I'm just saying for me personally, not that I don't care at all, but like I haven't been waiting 8 years for a Dany Cersei showdown.
I didn't mind. I wouldn't have minded.
And that's,
Dany,
but
'cause
for
Dany
me,
now
yes, I
represents.
wouldn't have minded,
Dany was
but
now
it's
part
not
of Jon
something
Snow.
I needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have to have it.
No,
No, I didn't have to have it, but
at the
I
end
would
of the
like
day-
it. It's better than. Put it this way, it's better than what I got.
No, it's better than what I
at the
got.
end of the day,
but
there needed to be a one-on-one showdown with somebody.
Somebody.
Yes.
But there
And that's
was. It
the
was a
thing.
Clegane. That's
And
it.
Yeah.
What I'm speaking towards is how the episode actually went.
Yeah.
So with that, instead of her build, like pretty much the whole situation was she burned around the building.
Yeah.
No one actually knows that Cersei is dead yet.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
probably might not even know at the end of it unless they find her body. And then it's like,
That's a
okay,
lot of
Cersei's
rubble
dead.
Yeah.
under. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You know, and some people might say, oh, well then that's good because, you know, why put emphasis on somebody like that? But
That's why you
when
kill all
this is
criminals.
a
That's why
TV
you kill
show
all criminals.
and you're building up this drama, you can't say, oh, but this person's just going to die nobody.
Name
Because
me a
they've
movie.
been a somebody.
Name me a movie. Name me a movie when there's been
Forever.
a evil villain and he died somewhere else. And you're like
Yeah.
this. What?
Exactly.
An evil villain and he died somewhere else and none of the people we wanted to go get him gets him. You're like this. He fell in a hole? Wait a minute.
Like,
he
imagine,
fell in a hole?
imagine if Thanos
I would
like,
say Inglourious
tripped and
Basterds.
fell off of the cliff when he went to go get the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
That would have been.
Like, and then it's just like, everyone's like, oh, but it's fine though. He
No,
died.
and
nobody.
I hate
like,
that that's how she died. I hate that that's how she died. I was just saying like, I don't like. It would have been nice, but I didn't need a Dany Cersei showdown.
Danny was there with the dragon. I'm good with it.
killed
Danny was there with the dragon, and she thought the scorpions and this thing, she thought everything was so cool. She thought he had to plan. The reason I like about Danny, and what I liked about Cersei, not so much it was Danny versus Cersei, her arrogance is so strong.
Yeah.
I think she would have stood there, and Danny would have got up there, and this is the
Guys,
moment.
maybe they just really didn't know how to write a final showdown for Cersei because what I was reminded of in episode 3 was that these characters, although very evil or very
Yeah.
strong as the women,
Can't
the only
fight.
one who can fight is Arya.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
'cause Dany got off that
the
dragon
one
and
can
looked
fight.
like-
Cersei has
Fresh deer.
brilliantly been able to make other people do
Yes.
her dirty work
Yeah.
for
Yes.
years, but she can't have no one-on-one showdown. It literally just would have been what Dany who can't fight on a dragon, looking at Cersei who can't fight,
I'm
and
all
then
right
her
with that.
saying Jakar.
Because no matter who she would have fought, she
okay
can't
with that.
fight.
Yeah.
No matter who.
Yeah.
I just wanted Drogon to eat her. Just
Not
Something.
better.
See,
That's
I
better
don't
than
even know. I
burn
feel
her
like
up.
that would have been. I feel
By
like
the
that
head
would have
off.
been
that was
too
a good
cheeky
death
for me.
That
Like,
would have been a good. That's a better
it's a
death
good
than brick killing.
That's, I tell you
It's
what,
a better
nobody
death.
online would have been mad at that.
Exactly.
Bite that head off.
done.
I mean,
Lord
I don't
Varys
know,
got
it
a
just-
cooler death than her.
Thank you.
Well, and I think that's why I'm
got
saying
roasted.
it would have been more satisfying, yes, than the bricks, but I still probably wouldn't have felt.
So who you want to
I
kill?
wouldn't have felt all
Okay,
the way. Let
who
me
do you
finish.
want?
I wouldn't have felt all the way satisfied just because we have seen like so many people die like that at the hand of the dragon. I don't know.
Who do you want to kill her?
I like
Bran.
whether it was John, whether it was Arya
Well, I
who
said John- I
finally
said
got
John,
to her.
yeah.
But I just wanted her death to be, and let me explain it. I think the reason why a death by dragon wouldn't have been as satisfying, though yes, more than bricks, is because Cersei has done things so personal. Like her death needed to be personal.
Right.
And like that, like, yeah, death by dragon, though vicious, like so many people, like Danny, I mean, I don't want Cersei to have the same death as a guy named Dickon. You know,
that's why
like
biting
I
the head off
literally
is a good one.
Nobody got their head bitten off
I
yet.
literally, like, I wanted it to be personal. Like, I
Yeah.
wanted her, like, I wanted to see agony and defeat
Well,
in her eyes.
I just want.
like, in her last
I wanted
moment.
John.
Exactly.
Either the only other way you could do that is the way she did Lysandra is have Jon Snow cut her head off.
Yeah.
Even if it's not, okay,
Like,
you know
'cause
what
that
I
would've been
wanted?
poetic,
I
because
wanted.
Ned got his
I don't know
head
what's
cut
more personal getting head cut
I'm
off.
gonna
than.
personally, because even still, that's merciful because she dies
Then
immediately.
what death you gonna get?
I'm gonna
Scorpions
give
and
you.
the
I'm gonna give you exact thing. I wanted a Cersei version of the Red Wedding.
Yeah,
The way
exactly.
that death
Yeah, that was
was
bad death.
vicious, and you were like, like
Cut her
you
throat.
saw,
'Cause
like
she's pregnant too,
when
that would've been perfect.
Catelyn Stark, the way, like the look of defeat. Now, granted, it's in reverse because you
Yep.
loved Catelyn. That look of defeat that was on her face when she was like, "This is it." For Catelyn, it was heartbreaking. For Cersei, that would have been like,
You know what you do, Cersei? You know the only way you can make that work? You'll never have this baby. Now you talking about vicious. You cut this baby. You know what? You want this kid? You
Stab her in the
got that.
stomach.
That one's like this.
'Cause that's what
There'll never
happened to her
be
brother.
another one of you. Boom through.
I mean,
don't
she's-
die.
But
Yeah,
there will
she-
be another Lannister because I believe, just side story, maybe Brienne might be pregnant with.
We don't have time to
Jamie
unpack all
Lannister.
that.
You don't.
They
They can
don't
do it
have
really quick.
time.
They can do it really
They
quick.
ain't got
have
time. They
time.
ain't got
I mean, they've been
time
doing
with
everything
that.
else really quick.
They can do
That's
exactly.
true.
They can do it really
Maybe
quick.
she have
You
a
know
baby
what
in this
they're
next
gonna do?
episode.
You know who we need to ask?
I bet they're gonna hit us
Brad
with a
knows.
cop out 5 years later.
Oh yeah.
They probably will. They have to
sure.
because Tormund's got
Or
to see
20
John
years
Don't
later.
mean to say
later
that,
or
but
something
this is
like
the
that.
last- This is the last podcast.
Right.
If
They're
they
probably
do
gonna
5 years
hit us
later,
with a cop out 20 years
I will
later.
give
John
y'all-
is
I will
John
give
is
you
40.
the death you want. I will sneak onto the lot of those two producers, and I will film live stream.
Oh my God.
I do have a question though, because this is another thing people having issues with, and it's actually been really apparent with even Cersei, because a lot of people, some people have said that they're happy that Cersei went out the way she did, groveling, things like that. But
She didn't grovel. She cried. She didn't beg for.
yeah.
She didn't beg.
But just
Well,
showing
yeah,
weakness.
she's showing weakness.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people are like, see, even she was showing weakness. She pretended to be strong. But that also, it kind of hinders these characters that they've built. Because have you noticed all these strong women have a moment where they've cried?
Yeah.
But that's what everybody. That's what I'm interested in. The
Because
Esquire.
strong women
no,
do
no,
cry,
no, no.
Bryce.
In the Esquire magazine,
But
they said no. They made
in the way that they cry.
They made Daenerys break down.
Danny's begging for
they made
sex.
Danny. They made Danny break down. They said they made Cersei break down. I said no man is broke down.
Right.
Yeah.
No, Danny's not begging for sex. Danny is trying to manipulate John.
No
And
more
she
manipulate.
is-
She did this. No, she wanted something.
She
No,
wanted
no,
to
I
see
know
John.
she
wanted
wants it,
some.
but I'm saying at this point, she's trying to use. I'm reading it. Everything she's doing now with John is she's trying to use whatever the connection that they've made, whatever relationship they had before this truth came out. She's trying to use that to manipulate him into being.
I think
the
she
reason
loves
why
him.
she's
She
like,
does.
don't tell them.
Yeah.
Promise me you won't tell them. Don't like. She's
Well, she
trying
wants
to
the
use
throne.
that.
Yeah.
Like the thing here's the thing. I don't think she doesn't love John, but the thing she wants more and loves more than anything in this
throne.
world is that throne.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, whatever. It was cute idea for 2 seconds, but she'll use whatever she wants to try and get him because she knows he's a man of his word. She knows he's loyal, and she's gonna try and use that to get him to
But she did
do
break
what she
down.
wants.
Who hasn't
They
used
said-
that?
they
And
should
then
debate-
she
did
was
break-
begging the episode before that.
Yep.
So it's just a lot of
Yeah.
a lot
All
of those
John
moments.
has to do is kiss her.
Yes.
There'd be no fire.
But I'm just saying, like, there's
Yeah.
a lot of those moments where they're not making the men in the show do that. Brienne
No.
breaks down
Yes.
and starts crying.
We never seen her cry.
We've never seen Brienne
Well,
cry.
Which
guess
I understand it, but at the same time, Brienne don't. She might get a little sad. Brienne, when they get the little crazy smile, even when she came at night, she couldn't get in that full smile. That was a great moment. She was like this. She couldn't get in that full smile.
Sir Brienne.
And she
Cersei
broke.
does
She
the same
begged
thing.
him.
And so my whole thing is that's fine, but if you're gonna do that, show some men do that too. It's
Well,
just
he did.
it's just
She
interesting.
saw Jamie.
No, Jamie was he was consoling her. He was the one
He wasn't crying. He was just like,
No,
hey.
he punked out because he can't. Him going back was a punk out.
Yeah.
You
But,
just
I mean,
slept with my girl
to
like
us-
this. I could go back to
To
my
us,
One
sister.
person
to him,
cried.
it was being honorable.
Tyrion cried to Jamie.
Yep.
Because he said he
and
loved
that was
his
nice.
brother.
That was a
Yeah,
nice
that was
brother.
nice.
That was a nice
good.
brother moment.
Yeah.
He was,
That
you
was
know,
deep. That
you
was
were
like
all I had.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say, okay, I'm trying to think as a woman how I feel about that. I feel like with Dany's character, I don't mind it as much because her character has been so centered around the people she's close to that it it's been very consistent. She loves deeply her people, especially Missandei, Mormont. She loves these people deeply. So for me, it's not. I mean, even like going back to season 1 and 2, like when Khal Drogo died, she broke down.
Yes.
So like
But
when
that's different. Like out of grief, that's fine. But in these moments where I feel like
She's only cried
it's
for
gone
grief.
against it's gone against how they've handled situations like that in the past.
and the reason I'm saying for her, the reason I can kind of go, the reason it's going to go against is because now, again, it goes back to that isolation. All these people are now gone. So
Or maybe-
like the things that have helped her maintain strength, and because like even as a woman, I don't have a problem saying that there will still be people in my life, whether it was Missandei or Mormont or someone helping her to maintain strength and and support her and lift her up. Like there can be a different level of like
You know what's happening?
grief when now you feel like you've lost
You know what we're doing?
everyone.
We're working too hard to explain a mess up in the script. We all have, you got great.
Well,
no,
but I'm talking about-
I'm saying this. No, I'm saying
I
this.
understand, but people are speaking on the women characters. I'm the only female here, so I'm trying to speak on it.
Women speak on men. I will not do this no more in my life. Women get to speak on men all the time. I can speak my truth, what I feel too when I'm watching. And as a male, even in Squire magazine, they were pissed. It was a male writer that said, "You broke the few." You see the mind,
understand
but
that.
we saw a break. I was like this. Our woman mountain never broke. I'm watching. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching in one episode all these breaks. It's too much for me. I'm like this.
Well, okay, but it's all I think also being like everyone's focusing just on that. So like
Not just that.
Well, no, let me finish. So Cersei's break, does that make sense? No. Like to me, the woman she's been consistently. This woman has lost all her children. Don't tell me now she's gonna start crying. Like she's been strong.
She's
There's
evil.
one thing,
That's
she
like
has
she's
loved her
evil.
children more than anything, and will literally do anything for them. So the fact that she didn't have a moment, I mean, it was a small moment when her last son or when her daughter died, when she cried.
She cried when
but
her
then it
daughter
got
died,
weird
too.
with her and Jamie.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was with her dad. But like she had a small moment, but then it was immediately like she was like, no.
Yeah,
I thought she
You
was
know, so I feel like to see her cower
I
the
thought
way
she was
she
gonna
did.
kill Jamie. I'm gonna be
I
honest.
thought
with
she
you.
was
Yeah.
too.
I thought Jamie's so stupid. Because remember, she came back for me. Remember, she set a hitman at him.
Yeah.
So the job was done. I'm like
where's
this.
Bron at?
Because he got.
But I'm saying,
Well,
but
Bron
I
might be the
can't
white
say that
horse.
every female character has
Bron might be the white
broken.
horse.
Oh, Bran, yeah.
For me, Cersei's doesn't make sense. Brienne's, I think it's just getting looped in there because people are mad about Dany and Cersei, but I honestly don't feel like Brienne's is that big of a deal because if anything else, the evolution of Brienne's character is to her have gone from having like zero emotion to
Well,
like
know what it is? She never slept with a man, so maybe for the first time.
to like a
That's why,
softness.
And if you look at her culture, right, at her culture, her dad and them, you don't break. You don't have no man, she don't break.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, she became a woman probably for the first time in her
Right.
life. And now you leave. This the part that makes it so weak with him. You get, no happens like, it's almost like a pimp move. I get you to break and I'm gone.
Right.
Remember, he don't sleep with her. He gets her to break, he goes, well, I'm evil. She's like this. I know she's thinking mine. Then all of a sudden she's mad. Knowing her be like this. She's crying like this. I thought you played me like this.
Yeah.
So we played, so I didn't know, even if she was sad, I thought she might break him down, hunt him down, go like this. You break me like this?
Yeah, that was the worst.
And you
part.
always was gonna leave. Did you play with me?
Right.
Yeah.
But then I feel like we also can't, with that, which there's disappointment, we can't ignore the strength that has also evolved in certain characters like a Sansa and an
Yep.
Arya. So it's not, I can't full out say that they've done just a disjustice to their female characters.
Oh, no.
But I feel,
Sansa hasn't broke.
to me, I feel like
Sansa's
the most
winning.
Sansa's
disjustice
winning.
is really to Cersei. Like, it's real, to me, the underdeveloped, I think, creative direction they took with Cersei is what I don't agree with. Like everyone else, I don't necessarily look at it as like, oh, a woman's breaking down. It's just more so like Brienne in 8 years had one moment where she shedded
Yeah, but it was
tears.
a bad.
doesn't-
It was one moment. It was a bad moment. Yeah. It
Well,
was.
I mean, what would have then been the appropriate moment for her to cry?
No, I'm not
No,
saying
no,
there's nothing wrong with
I ain't
it's
talking
not-
about her
it's
crying.
not-
I ain't talking about her
It's
crying.
not about her crying, but it's how
I'm
it's-
talking. Okay, she's a
How they
soldier.
wrote
Look,
it about
let me
her,
talk
yeah.
soldier. She's a soldier. Let's forget woman, male, whatever. She's a soldier. There've been men who've been broke down. Even my man was weak. He still tried to, even breaking down. There's a soldier. All those men got to be strong. Even he got his nuts cut off and everything.
Well, he cried a lot.
Yeah, he cried a lot, but not when he recovered. But not when he recovered. But not when he recovered. When he recovered, his last moments. I'm talking about last moments.
Yeah,
He
good
goes out a
man.
hero. Last moment he goes out a hero. These last moments of certain people. This is how we're gonna remember them. This is how the show ends. This is how the show
I don't know
ends.
if we're going
I'm
back.
looking at people like this. This is the memory you're gonna leave me with.
Like I said, it's not
Yeah.
that they're crying. It's the depiction of the act of begging. Like
Yes.
both.
Yeah, she was
both
begging
moments.
Jamie
it
to
was
stay.
She begged him
amount
to
of
stay.
begging, and that's never
Both
been in
moments
those
was begging
characters'
Jamie.
personalities.
Yes. But how
And
about
that's
this?
what I'm saying.
Not
I
just
think-
begging Jamie. She said this. He did this after being with her, knighting her. My sister's evil. I'm evil. Well, hold up. You just. I'm saying this.
Yeah.
That speech could have been had before you slept with her.
Because she could still approach him.
But why would the speech have been had before that? Because
Well,
that
no.
moment was trying to show that like Jamie Lannister, regardless of what we thought in him leaning towards the light, is still Jamie Lannister.
And that's what I'm saying. She could still approach. That could still be an emotional moment. But
She can be pissed off and hit him in the face.
I don't care
at
what
least.
you say, what happened in that situation. At the end of the day, her personality, who her character is that we've seen,
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
she would have been stronger in a sense where it wouldn't have been reduced to begging.
Okay, let's
Hit
wait.
him in the
Let me
face.
put-
Yeah, and I
Okay,
don't
let's
agree-
wait,
I don't
let's wait.
agree with the
We've only
begging,
got. Okay,
but-
let me help you this. We got only one episode for her to recover. If I had another year, another 8 episodes, and I could see her back. See, my thing is this.
We don't even
Maybe
know
I'm
if we're
looking
gonna
at the
see her.
timing of everything. There's one episode to fix everything. You took a wall down, and you can't fix it because there's only one
But maybe
episode left.
but maybe it's not to be fixed because this is the wreckage of that. Like so, and this is a show that is notorious for
But never total
unhappy
wreckage.
endings.
But never total wreckage.
My-
always was
Always
something
total
hope.
wreckage.
No, there's always some hope. We always had Jon Snow or somebody. There was always some
But for
hope.
some characters, there's never been hope.
Yeah, but there's still enough people left
Yeah.
that there's
As long
hope.
as Jon
The
Snow's alive,
situation.
everyone's
Okay, the
happy.
person might not be there, but we didn't know if Jon's come back, so we got to bring Jon. We all believed that Jon might come back. Everyone kept saying, "Is Jon Snow coming back?" We didn't accept that death. We didn't accept that death. So I'm like this, always hope. Arya, we know she'll cover that face. She's gonna be tough. She's gonna fight. She went through. It took her 2 years to go through that nastiness. But we always had hope in her. The girl, the man of many faces, no name. Everybody got trained to be to a point. I guess what I'm saying is, it looked like rushed writing.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we
No,
deserve
and I
better.
absolutely 100%.
That's what I'm saying.
And yeah, I
Rush
100%
writing.
agree that it's been rushed writing and it could have been executed so much better.
Yeah.
But I think what I'm saying is I don't, and not in all of it, but there are certain sentiments that I don't necessarily agree with I don't disagree with the direction they took. I don't appreciate how they executed the direction.
I don't.
But I'm saying
I don't
like
like being played as always.
but for me, I just feel like certain characters, like for me, I like the number one rule. Anytime you tell someone to watch Game of Thrones, you're like, don't get attached.
Right,
because
right.
things ain't gonna work out for everybody.
But even if you don't get attached,
know, like you
there's
don't.
rules to the unattachment. Remember, there's rules to everything you write, whether it's unattached, whatever. With
what to
Jamie,
follow. Yeah.
he never was perfect, but Jamie was. There was something we liked about Jamie. We know he was sinister and all that, but at the end, there was still
underlying
somebody.
goodness,
There was an
yeah.
underlying.
Well,
I said,
this is what happened with that. I think the reason why they put him in that situation where he went back is because as they were writing the finale, they were like, crap, earlier in the series, he says he wants to die in the arms of his lover.
Right.
Let's have him go back somehow. Let's just write that in.
But how about the new lover? He said, I'm going to die in the arms of my lover, but he just had a new lover, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'm like this.
Could have died.
I thought.
That would have been nice, but
I really thought, and that's just me, like you said, Hope, I thought he was going to kill his sister. Like you made me push the kid out the window. I was thinking,
at the end of the day, though, what he has proven time and time again, his number one obstacle in trying to be a better person is Cersei.
Yeah.
Anytime he gets away from her, it's like, see, Jamie, you can be better. And then he gets around her, she gets in his head, and it's
but he wasn't around her. He went back to her. He wasn't around. Remember now, he could have got killed when he walked away from the mountain. Yeah. He did this. You won't do it to me.
Because he always comes back for her. Like, no matter what, he always goes back for her because knowing the power of what was going to her, if not, like, he always goes back. Even as much as he has been getting better, name a season, he's not trying to make his way back to Cersei. He always goes back, but you know what?
This one, maybe it's not the going back. Look at what's it going. It's the quickness of everything.
And again, that's why it goes back to it's not the act of the character, it's the execution of how
some of
they
it
did
was act of the character. Some of it wasn't. Maybe it's even double. It's the timing and the act. And you know what? Maybe if I had a couple more seasons, a couple more episodes, 3 more episodes, I'm like this. Good. I didn't like that. Good.
Yeah. I think
you can't fix some things for me now.
I think for you, the issue is the hope factor. I think we hoped that Jamie would be better. We hoped.
No, he could be terrible. I'm saying it was the way you slept with him. The thing is, he set her up. Remember, set her up. She cries. You leave her crying. One of the most toughest women we've ever seen on screen. Don't go. I'm like this.
But really, what more? What do we expect of a man who's in a deep love affair with his sister?
I didn't say for a man.
Like, in terms
you hear what I'm saying?
But the thing
I ain't talking about the man.
My whole thing is there are moments, and this is what I hate, and this is what happened with shows like Lost and Dexter. All those shows.
Thank you.
Horrible endings.
Thank you.
How I Met Your Mother.
Right.
Thank you.
Lots of them.
As long as Game of Thrones hasn't fade to black, I'm going to be okay.
The moment where you're watching a show.
It did by accident already.
The moment where you're watching a show and it hits you and you're like, what show is this? What am I watching? Because this is not what you've been selling me for 8 years.
Especially when they got good writers and you've
written well.
Maybe it is it. Maybe the key is this. Maybe we're not all wrong. I'm wrong. When y'all ran out of books, and the genius, when y'all ran out of books and the genius who wrote Game of Thrones, when y'all ran away and you guys are sitting there in your little producer glasses, I'm waiting for his book. I never read the books. The books are too long for me. I'm reading his new books for a couple, because you know what you did? I need some of him. Because even when he leads me down the path of like, oh no, you killed him? Makes sense.
And which to me, and not even addressing anything about the producers, but if I know, like as a writer, if I have taken on the task of bringing to life someone who has written such like a beloved series and with all these beloved characters, and I'm bringing that to life, if that ends before my show has ended, I'm gonna kind of be like, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. How in the world?
Right. Should have had George come in.
George, how does this end? Like, tell me how it ends.
You saw what he said, right?
Like, he's literally been the blueprint the whole time. And then, of course it's bonkers because there's no more blueprint.
But you saw what he said, right? He said, y'all should keep going. Remember, George Martin said, you should end it this year. George Martin said,
he's like,
keep it going. Because I know he was trying to say, you can't finish this the way. I like his style. He didn't go like, man, y'all missed my story. He said, y'all should end it. He says, people would have gone with them another 2 or 3 years. We would have gone with them. And I think they would have had more time.
Do we know the reason why it's not going beyond season 8?
I think they couldn't.
Well, mainly because at least the way I see it is that the big issue is, like you said, they ran out of the blueprint. And George R.R. Martin is not going to rush the other books for the show.
Right.
So pretty much he's like, I'm going to keep writing. If it takes me another 20 years, it's going to take me another 20 years.
Right, and the actors don't have that kind of time.
Exactly. And then like from a producer standpoint, from a TV show standpoint, you can't wait. You know, you obviously can't wait. So they had to make a decision. And for them, they were probably thinking, look, we can try and keep this going, but how long can we keep this going on our own?
Exactly.
And then say we keep it going 5 more years, and then that 5th year, he releases his book,
And you're
it's
like,
completely
what?
different
Right.
Yeah,
from the
and that's
show.
why.
and
That's why they got to finish it a lot sooner.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like, look, man, we don't know what this guy's going to do. He can kill everyone. Jon Snow's going to turn into a
Right.
And
White
now the show
Walker.
makes no
And it was like,
sense.
and now nothing makes sense. So why they have some
But
form
you
of
did-
control?
but you did have
ending
responsibility.
it-
You
I
did have
think ending
responsibility.
it was the right choice because even in following the books, it's been leading up to this. So
Yeah.
that just because the next book to know how it ends isn't out yet, like I honestly think we all would have gotten a little frustrated if they kind of just kept egging us. I would have been
Right.
when the frick is this White
Where's the
Walker
show?
war?
Where's the
gonna
show?
happen,
They finished
7 years
the
later?
White Walker. You know what's cool about it?
That was quick.
They finished the White Walker War,
2 episodes.
but kind of effective because they found a way to beat him. Remember, we've been saying how they gonna beat him? How they gonna everybody go? How can you beat him?
Yeah.
They found a way to beat them. I said, the next year could have been, how do we get the throne back? See, they only had a few episodes. Get it?
Yeah.
I would have settled for if it ended there.
Yeah,
now
I
give
agree
me
with
a
that.
year
Yeah.
of go get the throne back.
Yeah.
That whole
Honestly,
year of go get the throne
This whole
back.
season
would've
should have
been
just been
Yeah.
the White Walker battle.
Right,
Yeah.
and
To be
then
honest.
Go
season 9, final season.
go
let's
get the throne back.
And if you want
I'm
Danny
satisfied.
to go mad,
Let her
then
go mad.
like start
Let her
building
go
that,
mad.
Yeah.
which would make more sense because in that elongated White Walker war, she
Yeah.
will lose more people. All that, like,
And
she'll,
we would have
the threat
seen
of John
people going
being
on
the heir
John's
will
side.
get
Right.
to her.
We'd have seen people get on
So I
John's
was like,
side.
so-
the secret would have got out,
And then
you'd have seen
everyone would've
people.
pushed John
You'd have seen
towards the
pushing
throne.
sides. That
Yeah.
would have been interesting
Right.
to watch Danny and John.
But then we also don't know, guys. We also know it's Hollywood, so people might have been like, "Look, we have contracts up through season 8.
Right, that's just true.
So-and-so's
You
not
never
coming
know.
back.
And that's
some
another-
people
So-and-so's
some people
not
might say they
doing
come.
this.
Some
Yeah.
people
Like,
say,
fine, kill him. Fine,
Which,
kill him.
in that case, cool. Make the White Walker battle 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Because
That's true.
there was episode 2. I'm trying to think what happened. Y'all could have cut that short.
Yeah, it was a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
It's like,
And
you
that
don't
whole
give me nothing.
first fake where they killed the dragon, you didn't give us much on that. That was waste. and
Oh,
they came
yeah,
back and
yeah.
laid waste.
Yeah, that
You're
was-
laying waste to the same army.
That was-
so I'm like this.
That's
You
what
got to
we were
pick a
talking
side.
about,
Either they can't avoid the scorpions or they can.
Yeah.
Because Danny's ride,
That's
they
what
dipping
episode
them.
5. I
And
sent him that meme.
Speaking of that, I think this is a good segue because I think we can all say that we're a little disappointed with the
Yeah.
direction Game of Thrones.
I didn't realize till
is
today
heading.
how messed up I was. And I am going to get therapy. And I am going to
Well,
do my
It's like
medication.
this. I don't know about you guys, but I feel emotionally conflicted because,
Right.
like, I think you said it perfectly about episode 5. Like, there's some things that I can't let go, like how Cersei died, that are deeply disappointing to me.
Yeah.
But then I'm also going, wow, this is just the most beautifully shot television
dragon's
show
just burning
I
in the
have
wide
ever
shot.
seen in my, oh my
Seeing
gosh,
people
the
die is
creative
beautiful.
vision of this is like, you know, and I'm just literally going like, wow, man, this is just executed.
Don't we sound like we all watched Sopranos, we all watched Dexter, and we were like this. Man, okay, who did it right? Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad ended.
rare.
I was like this.
rare.
Yeah,
It's
we
a good
said.
ending.
We said, yeah.
It's a good, yeah.
Yeah.
I did this. Breaking Bad. I was like,
Let's go.
yeah. He
go.
couldn't kill him. He
Let's end
allowed it. He
this.
says, you can take me out if you want.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad. I'm sorry. Breaking Bad spoiler.
Yeah,
but
like 10
if you
years
haven't
later.
watched
It's like,
Breaking
if you haven't
Bad.
Breaking
watched-
Bad was one of the
Kinda
most
your fault.
satisfying
Sorry.
endings
Love
of a
Pinkman.
series that
Yeah.
I've seen.
Entourage.
Now you can't always do it that way. I'm just saying, none of us have been totally satisfied with how this show ended because the books weren't there. But you did some things to us. You did what you did with Dexter. You did with Sopranos and with Fade to Black. I said, everybody did this. I was eating this good meal, and somebody took my fork and took my plate away. I went to the bathroom, and I said, man, what happened to my dessert? They took it.
Lost did it worse.
I had some good meal. I remember the good meal. I said, but that last bite, you want
the
the
best
last
bite.
bite? You
Yeah.
took my last bite away.
Lost took the whole plate and threw it
Yes.
against the walls. Like, so
Yes.
this is all a dream.
Yes.
We got really
Lost
lazy.
came back and said, ooh, did
Yeah,
you read all of that? Yeah,
Right.
that went
But
bad like 3
remember,
months ago.
we know we accept Lost for? That show was picked up on a pitch. Not even on a pitch. The network said, give us something on the island. And they greenlighted it. And they had
That's
no
why
figure
I
it
watched
out.
It.
Yeah.
I watched Lost because I actually thought it was a good
thought it
show.
was
No, we liked
Right.
it, but said,
And I followed them,
but it's a-
even through all the
yeah.
weirdness.
But I'm
For
saying
all
it's a
the-
network.
I want to know what the
Freaking
dragon
polar-
was.
no,
Why was
polar
there a
bears.
polar bear there?
You know why that?
What is this
you know
smoky
why they
thing in
did
the
it?
woods?
Because I'm telling you, it's the first show that ever got greenlit. They had no show. The network asked for a show on the island and said, give us The Strangers. They were creating
I'm not even
stuff
going
on
to
the
give
fly.
them that excuse because the fact that they were creating on the fly and came up with like the first 3 really good seasons
I was like, it was
like,
great.
oh, that's great.
But maybe remember,
Well, because the thing is,
If you don't have, maybe you said, why's the polar bear? Maybe they put it in. Maybe you said, why was it there? Well, maybe it made sense that first it says, we should never put that there. Remember, when you don't have a show written in your head.
because it's easy to build suspense.
Yes.
It's easy to put in
Yes.
things that make you wonder.
Yes.
But when you actually have to pull that all together.
finish.
Yeah.
So
you're
a lot of people can't end the game.
Well, J.J. Abrams like this.
Bam.
J.J. Abrams got these deals. J.J. was like this. They just said, here's the good side. Man, you got a show. Here's the bad side. You got a show. So you're like this. You're running 100 miles an hour for your life like this. What happened? What's the problem?
Everybody can't be the
honestly,
Avengers.
and I know
Everybody
we're getting
can't be
off
the
topic
Avengers.
because
Yeah.
we're supposed to be talking about Game of Thrones, but for me, I'm not gonna give. When it comes to the Lost ending, my thought is always anything else. Like literally, the ending
I'll
could
take
have
everybody
been
dead.
Oh no.
anything else.
Island
Lost
kept resetting.
is trash. Lost is the biggest piece of trash on this
Thank you.
planet.
Bigger than
Okay.
But it made careers. It made some
It made great careers.
of some
She's the
producers.
wild
But
Yeah.
that
now.
show,
Yes.
when I look at it, I'm like, look at all these great episodes. Oh, the finale, trash.
Trash.
Absolute trash.
ruined it.
Never
So
watched
no,
Lost.
so we'll say on this one.
Never.
You'd be so mad.
Don't you dare, Game of Thrones. Don't you dare.
Oh,
Don't
man,
you
I'm be so
dare.
mad.
So
give
far,
us,
the
don't you give us a loss.
only reason I can say Game of Thrones isn't losting us just yet is because even in all the missteps, there's been redeeming factors.
There's one episode, though.
The end of Lost, I literally sat there
was just,
like this.
Well, we don't know yet.
I'll
We got
rewind
one more
the
episode.
TV.
We're scared now. Everybody's like this now.
'Cause I had
What
it
you
on
gonna do? We've never like this.
TiVo.
Right.
Game of Thrones like this. Now we're like this. Don't
We're
you?
so nervous.
They're like this. Don't
in a fighting stance.
Don't you jack us up. Don't you jack us up.
Yeah.
I think the character we're forgetting this
Excuse
entire time is Sansa is winning hard.
Well, Sansa kills her.
I was like, I
Sansa's
think.
in Winterfell.
Yeah, what
She's
is she
chilling.
doing? We
Well,
don't
she's
know.
not there.
We don't know.
Are
What if
we
she's
ever
not?
going to see
What if
Winterfell
Sansa-
again?
What if
We'll see.
Sansa?
There's a lot they need to wrap up.
She's
in
winning
Winterfell.
hard right now.
is.
She's like,
Sansa
oh,
been
we're
throwing
good.
stuff like this, boom. But don't like about Sansa.
She turned
When
into
she did
Cersei.
this, she looked at Danny like this.
Oh yeah, she was
To her
scared.
brother, don't get with that hoe. That's basically what they
I
was.
don't like
Don't you
that
get with
one.
that hoe.
They had a family
She's
meeting
the mother of
about it.
dragons.
Yeah.
I don't care.
We're also your family. Don't
Yeah,
forget
more
you're
family than you
our
know.
family.
More family than you know.
Well, I think I think we got the gist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of how we're all feeling
Not
about
satisfied.
Game of Thrones and Lost and Dexter. Dexter is trash. Don't you dare watch Dexter. Dexter
And I
sucks.
love
I still
Dexter.
say watch Sopranos because Sopranos
So
wasn't as bad. It's just the ending.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
But what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say I feel like this is a good set. We should
Yeah,
end
we
this
should-
with
we
all
should-
the creative
so-
the creative ways people have been sharing their
man.
So
disappointment.
we have a couple memes that we want to share.
that are
Beverly
so-
Hillbillies ended right.
So you can watch the Beverly Hillbillies.
Fresh Prince ended great.
Okay, all right, let's not go down the rabbit hole.
So we're gonna look at some memes. If you guys want to check them out, we'll talk about them here. But
Yep.
if you actually want to see them, check out the video of this episode. Again, The World According to Sinbad. Go to the YouTube
Yes.
channel. Check out this episode because we're gonna go into it. We're gonna see some. There's some funny stuff here.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I sent some good
really
ones.
check out. I'll put my iPad over here so we all can see.
Yes.
We all can see that.
Thank you.
So, who
no.
wants to
break
be
it.
who wants to be the dedicated meme reader?
Yeah,
I can
just
do it.
do the
Okay.
page.
So
Hooked on
use the
phonics.
pen,
So,
use the
so
pen.
here's the first one. So you have to give a visual description for people who are choosing to listen.
Okay, so for those of you who are listening, this meme is
Oh.
a cartoon drawing of Thanos with his Infinity Stones and Daenerys Targaryen with her arms
thought that was the best one.
folded. Imagine as if a child is being scolded, and
There's a lot of detail.
no, it isn't, and it reads. Damn, girl, I'm not one to judge, but even I laughed half.
Oh, that's good.
And that's Thanos
good
saying
reading.
that.
Good
to you.
reading
And that is
page.
Thanos saying that to Danny.
Little more evil than.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you know, that is right though.
I mean, yeah.
Although the next time
And
he
they
said,
could
I'm
come
taking
back.
everybody. Although when
There's
he
a
came back,
possibility for return.
Exactly.
although when he came back, he says, I'm taking everybody.
Yeah, well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's after you got to say.
That's
Yeah,
well, no, and that was
Getting
just
your
when,
head chopped off
That was,
wouldn't
that
do
was
that
only
to
when
you.
he said, "Oh, y'all gonna come try and kill me and
Right.
come for me?
Right.
Fine,
Yeah,
I'm gonna take
exactly.
all y'all now."
He's just protecting himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the
you gotta
day.
do what you got to do. All right, here's the next one. Zoom in. This
that
one's
was
my
good.
personal favorite.
That was my favorite. And all nerds are gonna love this one.
I could break this
I was
one.
about to
Yeah,
say,
you
you
break
should
it
break it
down.
down.
Okay.
That's
So
phenomenal.
it's what are they called?
Scorpions.
It's the Scorpions, and there's two images. The first one is episode 4, and it has Hawkeye and Black Widow shooting the Scorpion because, as you all know, it had perfect aim and killed.
Vlad.
Killed the Green Dragon.
But not Waffle.
And then the one below it is the same Scorpion, but this time it's a stormtrooper shooting it, and it's titled Episode 5.
They have the worst.
Stormtroopers have horrible aim.
Yes.
And
Horrible aim.
I don't think they can see through the mask. Is what it really is.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we talked about was that it was so easy to kill a dragon in Episode 4, but Episode 5, everybody's missing.
Well, that's because that's Daenerys was flying it.
And I get it, like, she was coming up from above.
Yeah, and the
so
sun
they were
in the
blind.
eyes. There was
But
sun
then
in
She
the eyes.
adjusted. She came in more
did that.
strategically.
She came in more
Yeah.
strategically,
Yeah.
which
She totally could have
could
done
use
she
that
should have done it
strategy.
the first time.
She could have did
We
that
said it
first time.
before. Could use that strategy.
Strategy
in,
is everything.
In the White Walker battle, but it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
And then the next one.
Yes. Everyone. I was going to discuss this.
Explain it, Paige. Explain it, Paige.
No, you, Royce.
Or Dad, you want to explain this?
That's the producer. Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll do him.
I forgot which one.
It's
the producer
the-
is.
It's not DB, is it?
It's the producer with the beard.
The one with hair.
Yeah.
the one
and,
with the one with hair.
and he goes, well, we kind of forgot about every character.
And it's a list of all
All
the
the
other
characters.
side
And the
Everybody.
entire
Right.
island of Dorne.
Yes.
Right,
We
exactly.
Yes.
gave you guys so much.
Dario,
Yes, yeah.
Homegirl,
Knights of the Vale.
Knights
Yeah.
of the Vale.
That's right. She,
Oh my
guys, she gonna get a chance to come at all?
Just
No, she's
They're all
everyone's
done.
just
Yeah, they were like gearing up for battle and
Yes.
just never
like,
showed
oh,
up.
Dorne? Nah, don't worry about it. It's
No.
like
So-
an island full of assassins
Right.
and no one came.
Jesus, man.
Right.
So who knows? They could come back and attack.
But the place is
Danny.
dead. The place is dead.
Everybody's like,
Yeah.
who are we fighting? I don't know, but we're
and
mad.
what's her name? Homegirl, who was literally pulling Bran.
The entire time.
Yes.
And he was like,
For
I don't
6
need you anymore.
seasons.
Thank
That's
you.
right. What happened to her?
Sent her home.
Brad sent her home. He was like, I don't need you anymore.
And granted, that could have been
Oh.
just the closure of her character.
Oh, you
but,
know what
Yeah.
though?
you know.
She opened a home care center.
Oh, she
'Cause she's good with people with wheelchairs.
Oh my God.
She has like aftercare for soldiers.
Aftercare.
Perfect.
Then we got the.
Oh my
I
god.
like that would have really
This
helped
was
out.
That's a
funny.
good one. That's a
That
good
would've
one.
really
So
helped
this one
out.
is a picture of Maury Povich, which we all should know and love.
Yes.
AKA you are the father.
Yes, and it's a picture of Jamie Lannister and what's his name? Not
The dude that fought
Pacey
the stupid
from
dude.
Dawson's
Theon's
Creek.
uncle.
Yeah,
Theon's
right,
uncle, the other Greyjoy.
Yeah.
With the title "You Are
Euron.
Not."
Euron.
With
Yes,
Euron
Euron.
Greyjoy. It's Euron and Jamie side by side, and it reads, "You are not the father."
I feel like
Euron.
I feel like
paternity testing.
Euron should have been a lot smarter than this. Like, how did he know?
Did
that-
Euron come across to you as
No,
intelligent?
he's not
Well,
smart.
you know,
no, he was
He was
not
like,
smart.
yeah, I know
we-
you have a baby, and Euron probably was like,
Yeah.
hey, how y'all know about the baby? Y'all was way across on the other
Right,
side.
exactly.
Right.
She
Yeah.
just told me. It was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Euron has this like
Yeah.
evil, like, or not evil, but very sad
hated
face.
his character.
And Jamie's just smiling.
I really
Maury
did not
thinks
like
it's
Euron's
hilarious.
Maury
character.
thinks
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, this is my
So,
personal
yes.
favorite.
Oh,
I found this one.
Oh.
So this is basically how we all feel
Oh,
about
they
all
better
these
not.
shows we have. I don't even want to go into the amount of hours we have
Yes.
dedicated
Yes, so
to
many
shows
hours.
like this. But what it does is it has the Grim Reaper.
there's
who's-
five doors.
There are, yes, 6 doors.
6 doors.
There are 6 doors, and the Grim Reaper, whose name is Shitty Ending. And he has gone through and he has murdered 5 of the 6 doors. The
Yes.
first one being Lost, the second one being Heroes, the third
Oh my
being
God,
Dexter,
Heroes.
the fourth being How I Met Your Mother. Guys, we forgot about
True
True
Blood.
Blood.
We
That
forgot
was
all
bad.
It was
about
a
True
horrible
Blood.
ending,
Yeah.
and he is knocking on the door of Game of Thrones.
He's
Game of Thrones, you have a
coming.
chance.
He's like,
Game
hey,
of
guys.
Thrones, you have a chance not to answer.
answer.
Game
Don't
of
answer the
Thrones.
door.
Heard about episode 5.
Oh, Heroes.
Don't
Oh, I
answer
loved
Game
Heroes.
of Thrones.
Yes,
Don't
I did too.
answer.
Oh, Peter Petrelli. All right.
And the next one.
That is.
It's,
This is great.
That's Sansa.
Okay.
So do you want to explain it?
King's
Jack?
Landing, there's 2 pictures, one on top of the other. King's Landing is on fire, burning up. Winterfell is just white girls sitting in the tub, champagne, sucking on a
Great
sucker.
Gatsby.
The Great
Right.
Gatsby, everything's green
That's
and
pretty
lush.
much Sansa right now.
And going like this,
Right.
party anyone?
Yeah, so Sansa's living her
Yes,
best life.
yes.
Yeah, so for the first time, Winterfell is the place to be.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Never
Cabo.
saw it coming.
Right.
Guys, this was one of actually my favorites too.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
There's
So
no
it's a
people.
picture of Daenerys making a really kind
Squinty
of like
face, squinty face.
smirk face,
I
like
think it was
she's having
from-
a brilliant idea.
With a
I think it was
finger to
from
her
like
head, like,
episode
yes, yes,
3,
yes.
that
Yeah,
conversation
she's like,
she had with Sansa.
Yeah.
Right, like a very fake smile, like pointing at her forehead, like she's having an amazing idea. And it says, "People can't love Jon if there's no people."
But you know what?
Think about
that
it.
mean,
Think about
that mean,
Smart.
you know what? That
exactly what I was
might be
thinking.
closer to the truth.
Right, right.
You know, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Very true.
I'll kill everybody that can love you.
Right.
And then there's no
Forget
one-
fearing me, no.
So only
she
I
said,
love
I
you
want them
now.
to fear me.
What?
There's nobody to fear you. She's like
Yeah.
this.
Let it be
You
fear.
won't
then.
have nobody. It's not fair. Nobody left to fear. She killed all that.
Which I'm interested that nobody's really tossed that idea around a lot.
Yeah.
The fact that like maybe it's not just pure like insanity,
Yeah.
a woman who can't control her emotions, but like okay, they rang the bell, but there's still that little issue of my nephew is
know
the
what?
rightful king.
You know what? We never.
Should've
We're
burned
so
John.
busy being mad. Maybe the whole thing was like this. She did look at John. Remember when she looked down off a dragon? She looked at John. John looked up. She was like this. You'll never get this throne either.
Yeah,
Wow.
and let's not forget she did have that
Wow.
moment with Tyrion when she
Wow.
was like,
You love
Sansa
him.
trusted
Yes.
you to do exactly what you were going to do,
Yes, you're right.
which is basically
That's right.
open your mouth so it could start to spread.
You did
Because the
exactly what she
second-
asked.
Yeah, so once she knew once Tyrion was told, Varys would be told, and telling Varys is basically slamming
She
it
said,
all
the
over
last time,
social
she said, the
media.
last time you messed with me be the last time.
Lord
you
Varys
messed
is
with
in
me.
the shade room.
So you never know. Maybe. I mean, I still don't.
Maybe she's
think
not
it was
insane.
the right thing to do.
Maybe
no,
she's
she's
not
still
insane.
I know
but
she's
maybe
insane.
she was like, by any means necessary, I take this
So
throne,
Dany's
and
Malcolm
if,
X.
like
Yeah.
You won't have
whatever
nothing.
whatever
Then you gonna leave.
pipeline Varys tried to set up, I'm gonna just wipe it out.
And I still got my soldiers who love me. Remember, they love her. The people that killed everybody,
Yeah,
because she saved them.
There's not a single Unsullied
No.
that you could say,
No.
well, John's your king now.
Yeah. Well, she even said it to him. She's like, fear it is.
Right.
All you had to do was kiss her, bro, and none of this would have
Or
happened.
maybe she's saying like this, but not fear the people. Y'all.
Yeah, everybody.
Sounds all them, y'all gonna do this? Maybe forget the people, forget the folks in the city. I can't fix them. They're all messed up. They might even love her.
burn them all
Who knows?
down.
They might even love Dany. They might not have loved her. She's like this. We gonna start fresh for the 8 that didn't get scorched. The barbecue food.
No, the
and
only
make it-
person left was
Oh
the
my God.
horse.
Yes.
Right.
Which was probably Bran.
I
Which is
think
probably
I love
Bran.
that. I
We'll
think
see.
Bran showed up
Bran
to
has
take her
done
home.
nothing.
Nothing.
What was the point of
Well,
him turning
we
into
will-
crows on the last
But you know what
episode
though?
and flying
Who's to
past
say
the
no?
Night
could be
King?
in
Who
the
say didn't
next
help her
episode.
sister?
They
We don't
better.
know. We're gonna find
We'll
the
find
explanation.
out.
We're gonna
We
find
have
out.
a new
He's literally the
episode.
worst Professor X
Or
ever.
they might not even explain anything. We'll know.
You know what?
Who knows? But
They
we'll-
can
Alright,
save
guys.
themselves by
We'll
explaining
save
Bran
it.
to me.
We'll save it for next
Bran.
episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
What if Bran's the king now?
Spoiler alert. This is what we'll also be talking about next week because
You said.
we got to.
Yeah,
We
I
got to.
promise,
'Cause that's
guys.
it.
After next week, we'll have other stuff to talk
Talk about
about.
other than
but-
We're talking to Raptors in Milwaukee
Yes,
after next
we'll
week.
talk about
Did the
sports.
people?
Yes.
I know.
But until then, thank you guys so much for watching
God of
this
War is coming out.
episode. Oh yes,
It's a great video.
Yeah, we'll,
It
and we'll
is a
talk
great
about
video.
Have you seen that? Oh my
Switchboard
God. We
Live
can never just
and
end an
Mevo
episode.
cameras.
Yeah.
We'll talk about some. We'll have some tech. We'll talk about our Switchboard
we
Live.
talk about
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Yes.
I'm also going to talk
So-
about what I'll be having for dinner
Yes.
all
Yes,
of next
yes.
week, and then.
But this episode's ending now. So thank you guys
Yeah.
for listening.
Now I'm talking about the
You
new
can-
iPad,
you can-
13.5 inch.
You
coming
can
out.
you can check out our social media at Blerd Empire,
Yes.
BLERD Empire, at Blerd Empire,
Yeah.
where you can follow us and see other clips and stuff we'll be posting.
Yep. Under the world
Can't
called
close the
Sinbad
episode
on
yet.
YouTube.
Wait, you cannot close the episode yet. Don't you write something? Isn't there like a?
Oh,
yeah.
yes, you can also, I was going to get to that actually.
Yeah, don't trust
I got to
words.
get Blerd Empire out the way first.
yeah.
Okay.
But
We haven't mentioned it yet.
But you could also go to YouTube to watch these videos. The World According to Sinbad. It's Sinbad's channel, has that. It also has
A lot of stuff. Breakfast with Sinbad, On the Road with
yes.
Sinbad, Pimping
whole
with
bunch of other
Sinbad,
content you
How
can
to be
check
a pimp.
out.
Pimping hard.
Yes.
Oh, I just added that. You know that.
There's a lot of pimping. And again, for me, my name's Royce, and you can find me at
a lot of
Roro Beckley on everything. You can also read my comic book called Biopunks, and you can find it at biopunkscomic.com. Wow. Check it out, order it, and I'll ship it to you personally.
And you're going to be at the Comic-Con, right?
Oh yes, oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
there you
actually
go.
be at
Yeah.
the Ontario Comic-Con Revolution.
Yeah.
Yes, so come check me out. But by the time this episode's out, I'll already actually be there. But
But they
Was
can
that May
listen
18th?
and
Yeah,
come
they
because
can
it's
listen.
Saturday and Sunday,
It's a May
right?
18th?
Saturday and Sunday. So
May
if you
18th, 19th?
listen to this
Yeah.
in time, Ontario Comic-Con convention.
But you can come afterwards, even if we're gone for the convention.
This is true.
You can go to what it
show
was.
Up. You can just show up.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
That's it.
That's it.
I'm out.
Oh, well, I'm Paige. I'm Paige Ryan. You can find me at where can you find me?
AOL.
At Paige
Put that
Bryan
CD in.
Official, and that's Brian with a Y.
Oh, Byron O. Hopkins, Big Black Nerd. Read the hat. Go. Hashtag Big Black Nerd. Everything Big Black Nerd. I'm the keeper of Big Black Nerd. That's what I'm the keeper
There
of.
we
Well,
go.
that was only an
We
hour and
found
a
it.
half later.
I'm the man
So
with
proud
no
of you, babe.
face. No face. I'm the man with no face.
Man,
He's just
no
wearing
face.
Sinbad's
No
face
face.
right now.
I'm the man with no face.
Man
Watch
with no
this.
face.
All right, guys.
All right. Well,
Thanks
you
for
can-
listening / watching.
but also you can find him at Sinbad Bad.
No. Not the man with no face. You can't.
Okay, he's the
You'll
man with
find
no face.
someone.
You'll find someone at Sinbad Bad. You'll find him.
He might
But,
have a face.
Yeah, we'll see. But thank you guys for listening. We will catch y'all on the next one. So, Paige, you want to sing us out?
Sing this out.
I just blood and fire. Okay, there we go.
All right, cool. See y'all.
Bye.
My God, we can never just end.
Stop recording. You hit the button on top.